Quality Assured Films does not condone the misuse of internet reviews. The opinions of Michael and John should be taken lightly prior to the viewing of said movie. We realize no one is perfect and only ask that logic be at least considered. Nothing more.
Quality Assured Films.
Welcome to Quality Assured Films. I'm John.
I'm Mike, and this is our second half of 2015 in 20 challenge.
That's right, 20 minutes to go over some of the top films and the shitty films we've seen in 2015.
That's right, we're catching up on everything that we didn't do in our first half of 2015 in our last podcast, so this is how we're going to roll with it. Hopefully we can get through them all. I don't know how it's going to go.
The timer's on.
That's right. This is our first video, too.
Oh, yeah.
So we're experimenting. Oh, you can't do that! Sorry. Okay, so we've got some time. We're going to start right at 20 minutes. You can play along. If you want to drink every time we talk about a new movie, feel free to do that. John's already started. I don't know if we can do that either. I guess we'll find out if the video gets taken down or not. We've got our movie list up there, so we're going to be looking at it periodically if you're wondering what we're looking at. We've got our timer over there. Eventually we'll probably have it somewhere in this vicinity for you to follow along, but we don't have that yet, so...
Let's jump right into it.
Yeah, let's do that.
First on the list, a Jurassic film of proportions.
It's all about measurements. The system of measurements.
Star-Lord.
What? Oh, he's in it.
Jurassic World.
That's right, Jurassic World. The sequel to Jurassic Park 3.
Electric Jurassic...
Triassic Park.
Triassic Park.
Cretaceous Park.
Jurassic World. Kind of a soft reboot, as they say nowadays. A soft reboot.
Well, they still acknowledge the originals, but I really liked the idea that they had the working park. A lot of people said this, but that was kind of the original, took the original premise and elevated, went further with it, where they didn't get to see the whole park originally working because everything went wrong. Yep. Now we're saying, here, we've solved all the problems, now we're going to go through with the whole working park. You're going to see it as they intended it.
It was like a ride. Like, to me it felt... did you see it in 3D, or did you just see the regular?
No, I just saw the regular.
I saw it in 3D, which I try to not do, because 3D movies, I get it. Like, you try to trick us into thinking you're better than you really are. Like, 3D!
Oh! Wow, this is good!
This is what you can do with video.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed it a lot. A lot of people give it crap because of, the story and whatnot.
The story and the characters were crappy and one-dimensional.
Yeah.
The dinosaurs looked really generic. They were just all had a blue filter over them, and they looked just really bland. And they made this joke about how the main dinosaur was sponsored by Verizon.
Oh. And
so they were making a joke about corporate sponsorships, but then I felt like the movie itself was just the most generic corporate movie that could have been made.
Yeah, that's right, because there is even a scene where the lady's like, corporate wants a bigger dinosaur, we gotta give them a bigger dinosaur.
Right, people are bored, it's not exciting enough. Yes, that's right.
We have learned more in the past decade from genetics than a century of digging up bones. A whole new frontier has opened up. We have our first genetically modified hybrid.
Starring none other than Mr. Star-Lord himself.
That's right. Oh, and they had the raptor hero shot where it was...
Oh, God.
The raptor was it came running around the corner in slow motion, which I never...
At the end of the film.
I started laughing, and everyone else wasn't laughing, and I was...
You were the only one
really
really
weird for me. Yeah.
I'm so mad because earlier on in the film, you know, Chris Kattan, who is this?
Nope.
Chris from Parks and Rec. What's his name?
I don't. What's the character? What was the character doing?
Oh, okay. So he's they're out hunting. Okay, so this is right when that big dinosaur, the hybrid or whatever, is loose, and they're searching around for it, and they cut to like the command center, and you see everybody's, all the park rangers, like, we'll call them park rangers.
Sure.
You see their little lifelines, and there's like, you know, little beating hearts.
Oh yeah, that's
as if it's a video game, and it's like, okay, like right as soon as they showed that scene, I thought, all right, if we're gonna see people's hearts going like this, there's obviously going to be flat lines. Like, they're showing us this specifically to make us go, oh, that one's dead. And sure enough, one by one, as they were getting killed, it's like cutting their, like, beep. And, like, I think maybe there's an X over it, if I'm not mistaken.
Like an X over their photo to show they were dead? Yeah, maybe.
But that right away was kind of cheesy. But the film itself, I mean, I liked it. Like you said, the fact that the park is functional. We got to see tourists there. It was like a demented Disneyland. Once stuff started breaking.
Yeah, I like that part of it. The only thing though is like, then they brought back the T-Rex.
Oh yeah.
Like they just relied so much on the nostalgia of the first movie that they didn't really do anything original themselves other than that.
Yeah.
They go back to the first HQ that they had.
Oh,
where they had the goggles and the Jeep, and like I was like, really?
Even that little sphere that the kids were riding around on, it was very reminiscent of when they first got in the trucks. In the first one.
And like they would have no way to call those back, like they would just let them go off road. There was so much stuff like that that just drove me nuts.
You just went and made a new dinosaur?
Probably not a good idea. Almost 40 feet high. Really think she climbed out?
Depends.
On what?
What kind of dinosaur they cooked up in that lab?
That's something you pointed out was the cell phones. The fact that
oh yeah,
they have the ability to make holograms. They can do all this shit, genetically mutate creatures, but when it comes to a simple cell service on a fucking island,
can't do it.
Nope.
They don't have any service.
Nope. That was insane.
Drives me nuts. We can make hybrid dinosaurs, but we can't have cell service. I don't get it.
So
let's keep moving.
Yeah, do we approve it or deny it?
Oh no, I didn't think of that angle. I forgot I forgot what we do here.
I'll go
apparently.
first. I'm not gonna lie. I did approve it. Now I know a lot of people are like, why? What? I approved it. I don't give a shit. I had a fun time. It felt like a ride. In the end, other than the cheesy stuff we just covered, I thought it was worth.
It was
watching.
entertaining, and I'll approve it. Yep.
Moving on, people.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Another animal, another more giant and small animals. Talking about Ant-Man with Paul Rudd and Michael Douglas. Was it Michael Douglas?
No, this is Ant-Man. He's a fucking little ant.
Yeah, but was it Michael Douglas in there?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't...
Mr. Throat Cancer himself.
Oh, no.
No?
Scat. That's my one-word Michael Douglas impression.
Scat.
Imagine a soldier the size of an insect. The ultimate secret weapon.
If you give godlike powers to everyone, it's going to be chaos.
So how do we stop him?
I know a guy.
I really liked Ant-Man. I
didn't see it. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fine. I don't care. It doesn't matter. They don't care if you saw it.
You guys don't care?
But I liked it a lot. It was a lot funnier than I thought it was going to be, and I liked that they're continuing the tradition of Winter Soldier of making like a genre film and a big action superhero movie. So where Winter Soldier was the 70s spy movie, Ant-Man is now the heist movie.
Okay.
So I really like that angle in it. I liked Michael Peña's in it. He is a great character.
I love him. He's awesome.
There's a lot of other character actors that are in it also. And Evangeline Lilly was great. Michael Douglas was good. Peter Russo.
Peter Russo.
What's his name? Do you know that guy's Corey Stroll?
Oh, yeah, Corey Stroll.
Yeah, I mean, he's just hamming it up as the bad guy. He has no... I don't know if that's a plot twist or spoiler or not, but...
does he have the shaved head, or does he have like
He
that?
does have the shaved head.
Not the strain, remember that?
No,
horrible...
he doesn't have the strain wig on. What an eye strain.
Scott, I've been watching you for a while. You're different. And I believe everyone deserves a shot at redemption. Do you?
Absolutely. My days of breaking into places and stealing stuff are over. What do you want me to do?
I want you to break into a place and steal some stuff.
Makes sense.
Are you ready to become the hero?
There was a nice heart of the movie between Michael Douglas and Paul Rudd and Evangeline Lilly, and I liked that, and I liked the comedy, and QA approved.
Boom. Moving on. This next one. Y'all been asking.
Oh man.
Straight out of Compton.
Straight out of Frampton.
That's me.
Oh, I gave away your last name.
Oh, you mother. Put that little black thing here that curses.
Let me tell you what I see here. A lot of raw talent, swagger, bravado. People are scared of you guys. They think you're dangerous, but you have a unique voice. The world needs to hear it.
All right, let's hit this shit.
All right.
All right? All right.
Spinning records ain't paying none of the bills around here.
What you talking about? I get paid.
$50, Andre. You think that makes you rich?
It's a start.
Straight out of Compton.
Yeah.
First off, I'm going to say this. We both saw this movie.
We both did.
I'm a big fan of seeing these stories. This, like, you know, the Notorious story about Notorious B.I.G. There was another one. What the hell was it? I can't remember. But I like these like biopic movies that aren't really... You know, like I have no idea about Snoop Dogg. I have no idea about Dr. Dre or any of these people.
Right.
And this kind of, at least from what I saw, showed me what they were. I know it got a lot of hype. Some people...
At the same time, I feel like it didn't, though, because it's a dramatization, so they can present any form of themselves that they want, rather than the actual story.
Like what actually happened?
Which is kind of my overall feeling, was that there was a long stretch of the movie that was just boring. Where we were sitting here just waiting for it to be over, or for something to happen. Like, a lot of the movie is just people sitting around a table talking about their contracts.
That's true.
Which would have been way more interesting in a documentary style, where you're seeing an interview with a real person cut to photos from the time or something, and then back, and then talking and getting multiple viewpoints from all the parties involved, if possible, rather than... So I don't know where I left off.
You were in the middle of talking about Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah, which I think would be way better as a documentary style, behind the music kind of show that I would, or a documentary that would rather watch people, all the different sides of the story being interviewed, and like getting everybody's take, and then maybe intercutting with pictures and video of the time it actually happened, rather than just a dramatization of, you know, where they could just present the best side of it, or they're only showing you what they want to show you rather than the whole story, I guess was my thought.
Hey Q, what you a poet now?
The flyest one, you know, nigga.
You got them rocks? That hard shit. You know that's all I do. I got a cold ass beat.
That hardcore reality rap?
So what you talking about doing?
Cruising down the street in my 6'4".
Hey, that was dope, eh? That shit was dope, man. You a genius.
There were some parts that were really cheesy. I think they were in the middle of recording some song, and he's like, what was he talking about? He's like, man, tell us what you're angry about. The police. All right, then say fuck the police. All right, give me a beat. And when they first introduced Snoop Dogg, I swear to God, okay, we made the joke early on that the movie was almost like a hybrid musical. because
Oh, that's right.
Do you remember?
Oh my God, yes.
like Snoop Dogg comes down the steps or whatever, and somebody's in the middle of like doing a beat, and then all of a sudden he's just like, I like this. I like Super Deepa Christopher Reeves. And then like the movie turns into like singing and stuff, and I don't know. It was a little cheesy.
Yeah, it was like a musical. Yeah.
Even the end. I mean, spoiler alert. The last scene.
Can you spoil a historical event? I don't know.
Good point.
Excellent question.
The last scene, Dr. Dre is like, he's pissed or whatever, he's had it, he's leaving, and he's starting his own record company. And as he walks out the door, they're like, yo, you starting your own record company? And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna call it Aftermath. And then he just walks out of the room, and that's it.
What's NWA stand for anyway? No whites allowed? Something like that?
No. Niggas with attitudes.
Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube. From the gang called niggas with attitudes.
You have any idea how many records you're selling? NWA's arrived. You're fucking huge.
Dangerous motherfucker raising hell. And if I ever get caught, I make bail. See, I don't give a fuck. That's the problem. I see a motherfucker cop, I don't dodge.
Your songs, they glamorize gangs and drugs.
Our art is a reflection of our reality.
I'm gonna say this, approve or deny. I'm gonna approve straight out of the Compton.
I'm denying it.
Okay. Again, going back to what I said, I like those kind of movies where I get to see like the story. But I do agree it would have been a little nicer to see like some actual footage. Even if they cut that into the movie itself, it would have made it a little bit more enjoyable. Moving on, folks.
Speaking of doors, speaking of people being at doors.
Knock, knock. Eli Roth. Fuck you.
Oh, wow.
Father's Day, Daddy.
Chocolate with sprinkles.
Everybody packed?
Yeah.
I love you. Bye, guys. Who's there? Yes?
We're so sorry to bother you, sir. My phone got wet and she left hers at her house.
Well, if you guys want, you can come in and use my phone.
Guys, I have your clothes. They're pretty much dry.
Surprise!
I can't do this. I'm married. Happily.
Yes, you can. Hey, it's only a secret. Just relax and enjoy it.
Eli Roth's latest, Knock Knock, is the starring Keanu Reeves, and a whole bunch of chicks that come to his house, 2 chicks.
What happens then?
They knock on the door twice.
Wow. And then they leave.
They leave right away.
They ding-dong ditch him.
They do. Those, if only they had.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to say this. These chicks were hot as shit.
Wow.
They were super hot.
You're going off the rails today.
I'm sorry. They were so hot. But the story's about 2 girls that I guess go...
We're going to be called misogynists now because of you.
See the comments below that? He said chicks are hot. Eli Roth cast them for the sole purpose of their hotness. And in the movie, Keanu Reeves is a loving father, which, by the way, I'm sorry, worst casting choice ever. The opening of the movie has Keanu Reeves with his wife and his kids, and they come in and it's his birthday, and he's like, oh, monster angry! Monster gonna get you! And he starts chasing his kids, but it's Keanu Reeves, man. It's Neo going, monster's gonna get you! And then finally the kids leave the room, and it's still just him and his wife. He's like, oh, monster want love. Oh, monster lonely.
That reminds me of Bram Stoker's Dracula when he's like, Nina, what? What are you doing? We have to kill the bastard.
I know where the bastard sleeps.
Keanu Reeves, I'm sorry, buddy. I love you. I do.
He's awesome.
He
He's
is.
the man.
But in this movie,
He gives a lot of money to charity, you know.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
He plays a loving husband who is accosted by these 2 women that are trying to seduce him. And apparently the game they play is they go around to houses and they try to seduce men. And when the men give in and actually have sex with them, they then spend the rest of the movie torturing them. But not in an Eli Roth way like you would think. Not like genital mutilation and parts being cut off. I guess that's the same thing. But like... they play these stupidest games in the world. Like, you know, he wakes up in the morning and they're downstairs, like, making the biggest mess ever. Like, they're making pancakes and cereal and there's stuff everywhere. And they're just like, we're making pancakes! Oh, by the way, we're only 15 years old and you're a fucking statutory rapist. So the rest of the movie, you're like, what? What? And then finally, you know, spoilers galore, it turns out they weren't 15. They were just mind-fucking him. And there's a pretty good speech. I'm going to give him credit for this, and good job on your writing there, Eli Roth. At the end of the movie, after Keanu Reeves has gone through all this shit with these chicks, they're like, well, guess what? We're going to kill you now. And he's like, "You're gonna kill me," and he goes on this long speech. He's like, "You're gonna fucking kill me because I fucked you. You fucked me." And he just and I loved it.
I'm trying to help you. I let you in. I was a good guy. I'm a good father.
Knock, knock.
But the movie itself, my God, I don't know what I was expecting. Death, maybe. So, knock, knock, denied, man, denied.
Yeah, I'll deny it too, based on that.
Right? Boom!
Sounds awful.
Oh my God.
This one I think is my best of 2015. This was probably the best film of the year.
I could agree to that.
Yeah, best picture.
Best picture.
Best picture. You heard it on QA Films. Mad Max Fury Road. That's which you probably heard me talk about in our first half of 2015 video.
Briefly, yep.
Where I saw Age of Ultron one weekend, and then the next, I don't know if it was that week or the next weekend, I saw Fury Road, and I was like, I could not have asked for a more stark contrast between two blockbuster movies, where Age of Ultron it's got robots, it's got superheroes, it's got action, it's got comedy, and it was still boring. This was just this had almost none of those things, and still managed to be engaging from beginning to end.
Everybody's gone out of their mind. You're not the only one, Max.
Out here, everything hurts. You want to get through this? Do as I say.
The cinematography was beautiful. Furiosa was a new favorite character.
Charlize Theron.
Yes, love her. For all our French viewers. Freaking Tom Hardy's grunting, but he was great too.
Right. Action-packed.
What's the kid from X-Men?
Oh yeah, the one who played Beast. He was also in that zombie love movie.
Yep.
God, Holtz?
Nicholas
Holt. He was good. I didn't even know he was in it, but he's right. This movie, from beginning to end, non-stop action.
Anecdote, I've seen all the Mad Max movies. John has seen none of them except for this one.
I loved it. I will say, a little joke on the side here. I thought it reminded me a little bit of Land Before Time. In Land Before Time, remember they're on their way. They're on their way to the Great Valley where everything's green and beautiful, and that's what this movie was. They're on their way to the green, and everything's dying and whatnot. Obviously, much more violent than Littlefoot and his pack of friends.
I don't know. That movie is equally traumatic for me. As
Sharptooth goes down with Brando and other actors.
He is the Immortan Joe of Land Before Time. Basically the same movie.
Littlefoot's first adventure brought him home to the Great Valley. Now, the adventure continues as Littlefoot, Sarah, Ducky, Petrie, and Spike begin the journey of a lifetime.
All right, let's go.
This movie was insane. I had no idea what to expect.
We get 2 minutes. We gotta go faster.
Approved.
Okay.
Definitely approved.
All right, The Visit.
The Visit.
I didn't see it.
I did.
You saw it.
M. Night Shyamalan, you motherfucker. I'm actually okay with what you did with this movie. It was one of those found footage movies, and you did it in a very interesting way. I'm going to say I kind of called it that these people, spoiler, the old people weren't really the people that live in the house. They killed the people that used to live there and were pretending to be the grandparents. But it had some really, scary moments where you thought, okay, is this dementia or is this actually supernatural shit? I'm going to prove it. Good job, M. Night Shyamalan. Next time, don't make any more found footage, And that rapping from that little kid, I'm sorry, that was annoying. There's a little white kid that's rapping.
You were talking about that.
The whole time, and he just keeps going, and it's that
we'll
rapping.
Cut that in right here.
Yes.
I may be 13, may not live in the hood, may not carry no chrome, may not be allowed a cell phone at dinner, but I'm young and can do 18 push-ups, and I speak the truth.
It's that rapping that, like, you know, is not.
Does he get the Mayhem and Probs award for annoying child actors?
Mayhem and Probs from the fuck. Oh my god!
Cut them in. Okay.
So I'm gonna say The Visit approved.
Approved. Okay. Next up, Death of Superman Lives, actual documentary about what happened. Oh, I think that was also in the title. The What Happened.
Oh yeah, Death of Superman Lives.
What Happened?
Yep.
About the Tim Burton, Nick Cage Superman of the 90s. I really recommend it. It's so weird. The movie they were going to make was so weird.
I know, it really makes me wish they would have made it. Like, Nicolas Cage was so into it, and he's like, we're going to change the world. Approved.
Approved.
Mother flipping approved, yo. The Walk.
What was this one about again?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh, it wasn't with Mandy Moore?
No, that's Walk the Line.
Oh, I don't think it is.
No.
Yeah, where she plays Johnny Cash,
Yep.
right? Yeah, interesting movie. Okay, let's do it.
I was surprised this movie was amazing. The visuals at the end of the movie when he's crossing the Twin Towers, I almost died. I wish I would have seen it in IMAX 3D, which they did offer. But what's up with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and all these like 3D movies? He had that bicycle one where he was a delivery guy.
Premium Rush.
Yeah, and they're like so overly done in 3D that it doesn't make sense if you're seeing it not in 3D.
What's your verdict?
Approved.
Okay, speaking of a Premium Rush, I have 30 seconds. Star Wars The Force Awakens.
30 seconds.
As a huge Star Wars fan, this was a dream come true. No politics, no bullshit, no cardboard acting, no George Lucas. Sorry, buddy. But this was everything I asked for and more. Questions opened up for the next chapter.
Yes.
And what did you think? As somebody who's not a huge Star Wars nerd.
I loved it. I loved it. I didn't have a problem with the old people acting. I know a lot of people are like, oh, they were the worst part of it. We have 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
Fucking approved. Star Wars, we love you.
Woo!
We did it, guys. Baby. 2015. Peace. 2016.
8 movies, 20 minutes.
How do I stop this?
So, second half of 2015, 20-minute challenge.
Completed.
Woo!
Straight out of Frampton and straight out of Quality Assured Films. I'm John.
I'm Mike. And this is Quality Assured Films.
Quality Assured Films does not prove. Wait, what is it? Quality Assured Films does not condone the misuse of internet reviews.